Hello guys and girls, and welcome to the MASCA CyberWars lower bracket grand final. This is the second game between SEAR, so the Southeast Asian Rejects, and BoysBoys. Or BoysBoys. BoysBoys. So the second game here. The first game went really well, hugely in favour of BoysBoys, not because of their outplaying, I guess, but mainly because of their strong aggression and because of the huge amount of pressure that BoysBoys put onto in terms of towers, in terms of team fights. And once they had the gold advantage, they just started snowballing, which is so common of BoysBoys. Now this game they immediately take advantage of this Lycan pick. Lycan being picked up immediately by BoysBoys after a Doom and Tinker ban. On the side of the Southeast Asian Rejects, we've got a ban of Batrider and Faceless Void. Faceless Void not getting much love. He's seen the bans in the last game as well as this game, and he saw bans pretty much all of yesterday, not yesterday, the day before I should say, as far as I can remember. Because of that Chronosphere, it's quite powerful, it locks everybody in, it combos with basically anything. Tidehunter's the next best bet though. You don't get a Faceless Void, you get a Tidehunter. Even a Magnus can work to an extent, but Tidehunter just has that huge multiplayer stun potential. And RSEA starting with the same teamfight strategy that they had last game. No, this game they decide to pick up a Razor. BoysBoys, you can tell that they're going for a heavy pushing strategy already. Lycan picking out his wolves, Shadow Shaman with his wolves. So, what am I saying? Lycan with his wolves, Shadow Shaman with his wards, with his serpent wards. It means that there's a lot of push, and you can see Tinker, and now the Disruptor ban means that there's a little bit of an anti-team fight, sort of knockout quickly, sort of anti-push a little bit. Either way, BoysBoys know what they're banning out, and I reckon that they should be banning out a Death Prophet. They should be banning out a Death Prophet. They should be banning out a Keeper of the Light. Maybe not even banning out a Keeper of the Light, but SEAR should be picking these heroes. They should be picking these anti-push heroes, or putting the pressure strong in the other direction. You see the Bane is picked out. What they could do is they could just put a huge amount of pressure on Lycan and on Shadow Shaman to have strong single target kill heroes such as Furion, that's Nature's Prophet, such as Storm Spirit. Ember Spirit is still in the pool. I'd like to point out that Ember Spirit is actually still in the pool, so I'd love to see SEAR take that Ember Spirit for the mid, purely because he's so strong with ganking. And although Tidehunter's not a ganker, they can switch. It's still not too late to switch out this this lineup towards a ganking perspective and have Razor in the late game as the carry and Tidehunter in the mid game as the big team fighter. But I'd really love to see some early game heroes coming out here on the side of SEAR, but then actually pulling ganks off. I'm talking about tri-lane ganks. I'm talking about 5v3 ganks and really shutting down any push that BoysBoys can make. Similarly, they could go for a strong anti-push build. As I said, they could go for the Death Prophet. They could go for the Keeper of the Light, two very good anti-pushing heroes. They could even go for something like a Weaver, which has some decent amount of anti-push. They could go for split pushing. Dare I say, they could pick up Phantom Lancer. It's still in the pool. They could throw Razor in the mid and play Phantom Lancer as a hard carry, as a split pushing hard carry. They could go for something like a Luna. Luna's got a little bit of anti-push potential, but only in the late game, so they're going to need to stall until the late game. Either way, they cannot let this Lycan get farm, and they cannot let BoysBoys just completely steamroll them, because that's what BoysBoys are good at doing. And you can see the Rubik immediately picked up. Rubik's so strong with any of Razor's spells. Rubik's so strong with a lot of Tidehunter spells. And now Rubik being able to pick up that stun from the Wraith King as well. Now SEAR really have to watch out on their teamfight potential. and what they can do in terms of their teamfight potential, because if they do pick up any big teamfight spells, Rubik is there. Rubik is an option from BoysBoys. Not to mention Rubik is a very, very strong ganker, because what he can do is he can actually telekinesis into Shadow Shaman's Serpent Wards. So instead of Shadow Shaman needing to block with his Serpent Wards, Rubik can make it happen. Witch Doctor coming out from the side of Southeast Asian Rejects. Very good combo with Wraith King as well as the Tidehunter. It could be a good Ravage, Cask, ulti combo. What's the ulti combo? Death Ward combo, yes. BoysBoys picking up the Enchantress. So now they've got 3 support heroes here. Am I guessing that's a Rubik mid? My goodness, if that's a Rubik mid, that's going to be exciting. We're going to see Lycan and Shadow Shaman getting kills. Even 2v3, probably in the safe lane, Enchantress in the jungle, and now SEA are very smart to ban an off lane. They've banned out the Nature's Prophet for the split pushing ability, because Enchantress is another really, really, really strong pusher. One of those heroes that just snowballs out of control. One of those heroes that BoysBoys love to play. BoysBoys banning out the Jakiro. Why the Jakiro? Because they want to counter that anti-push. They want to counter that counter-push strat. So SEAR are going to have to think of something that they can pick up. It looks like it is going to be a Wraith King support. Once again, Razor could go in the mid. Razor's quite strong in the mid against a Rubik. Rubik won't be able to get much farm against that Razor. And Tidehunter in the offlane. Well, we've seen Tidehunter in the offlane. This time, though, if he's coming up against a Lycan and a Shadow Shaman, it could be, might not be, but could be a very different story where Tidehunter will have to play a lot safer, because Enchantress could pop out of the jungle at any time and get a reasonably easy kill on that Tidehunter, depending on what his build is. SEA are now deciding on their 5th hero. Maybe they should take the hint from that Jakiro and go for something that does have counter-pushing power. Even if Rubik can steal the spell, I can see this game being a 15-minute GG by BoysBoys, and I really don't want that to happen. So we're just waiting on the last pick by SEAR. Thank you very much, everyone joining me on Twitch. It's so great to have you. If you'd like, get straight onto my Facebook, facebook.com/OnlyLogicGaming. I keep up with, I keep up with all of Dota 2 in Australia. I'm sort of backing out from the Australian Dota 2 scene, but I'll still post things up on my Facebook that's particularly important. And I will be doing a lot of Nosgoth as well, so if you like first-person shooters, you'll absolutely love Nosgoth. I'm doing a whole bunch of videos on that very soon, so definitely get on my Facebook to keep up to date with all of my gaming. Slark is the pickup on SEAR. Is this an off-lane Slark? No, I think this might be a carry Slark with Wraith King and Witch Doctor playing the supports. And it looks like they are going to go a roaming, ganking hero lineup with SEAR. The question is, do they have enough counter push? They've got Razor's, what's it called? Plasma Field. They've got Razor's Plasma Field. They've got Cask by Witch Doctor. And they've got Tidehunter, which has a good area of effect, but I don't think it is enough counter push to really warrant that Slark pick. The thing is, though, is that if they do well with that Slark, it's going to be really, really interesting, because Shadow Shaman, Rubik, and Enchantress are squishy heroes that don't particularly have high amounts of armor. Rubik, not so much. Rubik can have a high amount of armor, but they do pick the Lone Druid up, another strong off-lane pushing hero. So what is this? This is Lone Druid, probably solo off-lane. We've got X4 with Rylan in the safe lane, I'm guessing. But they can go an offensive dual lane. Doubt it though. We've got Video James in the mid, maybe even Elks in the mid, but Elks will probably be running in the jungle to give a little bit more space for everyone else. Gosh, I'd love to see this. Once again, we could have a tri-lane with Video James as well as Rylan. Whether that's happening, I'm not sure. Is this Rylan going in the mid? Rylan's going in the mid with Shadow Shaman. We're going to see a Shadow Shaman mid. God, that's exciting. And in the top lane, let me introduce the teams. On the side of Southeast Asian Rejects, Shuba's going to take the Slark and go into the top lane being supported by the Witch Doctor, played by Bulbasaur, and Dartle on the Wraith King, support Wraith King there. It could be a support Slark, but I highly doubt it. In the mid lane, you've got Mylite on the Razor, and solo off lane is Hungry, who did a very good job last game as the Tidehunter. Pings have come out. They've seen that Tidehunter, so they know that there's placed a ward there. Elk's just scouting out. Let's introduce BoysBoys. Elk's is the Enchantress, who I imagine is going to be jungling either way. Bottom lane, it looks to be Video James supporting supporting that Lycan being played by X4. In the mid lane, we've got Rylan playing a mid Shadow Shaman. God, I love this mid Shadow Shaman. And we've got JJH on the Lone Druid, microing the bear to try and get an idea of where everything is. A pause has come out just because Rylan has disconnected. Was that Rylan? No, sorry, X4. I take that back. X4 has disconnected on that Furion, so that we're just waiting for him to reconnect. If you've been following the game, it is 1-0. If you haven't been following the game, sorry, it is 1-0 to BoysBoys, and this is the lower bracket grand final. So the team that wins here goes on to play Rad in the grand finals, and the team that loses, well, terribly sorry to them. Lycan is Lycan going to... No, still a pause. No, X4 has disconnected again. So it looks like Video James is... little bit of chit chat coming out in the bottom lane here, and the Spirit Bear running away. Oh, this is a shout out to me. Oh wait. Oh no, obviously not. Who on earth is that? Is that Video James? That's Video James, who's changed his name from Video Only Logic, which is what he had at last game. Thanks a lot, Video James. I supported you. I thought you were amazing, and now I just think you're some scrub. There you go. What? Wands? Waves? No, I'm quite confused with that one. Ward has come out here, so they are able to spot out Hungry, and you can see the pings already coming out. Looks like Elks is just waiting in position for the creeps to spawn, and she is able to farm from this high ground here. Look at that. We bring you strategy, guys. And the Spirit Bear are going to push this creep wave back and into the range of the tower, so that he can get some easy farm there. But it looks like he was missing it just slightly. Let's take a look at the last hits and the denies. A lot of harass already coming out onto Shupa. No, that's just the creep wave doing the harass damage there. Spirit Bear on half health, but JJH on full health, and they'll be able to cast it again in 35 seconds. So that's the beauty of having essentially 6 heroes on your team, because there's basically no difference. Rylan having a lot of trouble versus this Razor, who's already taken Static Link and who's already dealing a lot of damage. But we can see that he does have the 2 last hit bonus. But Razor's just caught up, and he does have the benefit of the denies as well. So this is going to be quite tricky for Rylan, who's trying to put a lot of pressure onto this Razor, even though he himself is quite low in terms of HP, but he's probably because he knows that the wave is going to push up. And X4 having a little bit of trouble versus Hungry. And Video James just sticking around here, trying to wonder whether to push in the creep wave. So pings have come out about that Enchantress being in the jungle? No, or maybe they want the Enchantress to help to go onto that Tidehunter. Meanwhile, the creep wave has been pulled back again by the Spirit Bear. So very good micromanaging. but just not good enough. And they have gone onto Rylan. Dartil's come out and he's gone huge damage onto Rylan. Mylight's going to try and come in. He's going to try and deal damage, but they're going to need a couple more right clicks. Will they be able to get it? No, they won't, because Shadow Shaman's move speed at 285 is going to be faster than Razor's. No, it's not actually going to be faster than Razor's. Razor might actually catch up to him. He's trying to. He's got his plasma field again. He should cast his plasma field. Rylan looks like he's going to deny to creeps, which he didn't need to do. But either way, it doesn't give first blood. It doesn't give first blood to Mylight, which makes it a little bit harder for him to essentially win that lane. But if he had just cast the plasma field just through chance, through happens chance, he would have gotten the kill. Something that he didn't do. But good rotation coming out by the Dire, by SEAR, to not really get the first blood, but get very, very close to the first blood and make it a lot harder for this mid Shadow Shaman. X4 is going to be very careful with where he positions himself and how he plays. Video James is looking for the ward. He's placed a sentry. I'm not sure what he's doing. He surely must have known that there wasn't a ward around here, unless he's looking for this ward, but this sentry isn't able to find that ward. Oh, first blood! Being taken by Elks, moving in to take out that Razor. Gosh, I'm terribly sorry I missed that. It's the first blood I've missed the entire season. So terribly sorry about that. Elks rotating in with Rylan with the burst damage from Ether Shock and probably the Shackles as well coming in. So now the Shackles, as you can see, dealing a little bit of harass damage. But Mylight's going to come in and he's going to be able to deal a lot of right click damage, and he might actually be able to turn this around. The bottles come out though, the bottle charges helping to save Shadow Shaman, and Shadow Shaman's going to go bottom and he's going to be able to get this haste rune before the Razor. Razor shouldn't even, he should know that Rylan's going for it. But he has tried. Oh, and the static link almost killing him, and now him moving down, and Hungry wants to try and get a kill. Is he going to be able to? No! Shackle comes in at just the right time. Video James is there. They're trying to deal damage. The body block's trying to come in, but the damage just isn't there. Mylight comes in. He tries to turn around. He's going on to Video James. One more right click is going to get for Video James. So that's going to be the first kill going in favour of them. Rylan still with a haste rune. He's able to backwards and forwards here. Hungry's going to go in. He doesn't have his gush yet, which might have made a difference, but probably wouldn't have. SEAR 3-1 for BoysBoys now. Wow. Good movement by SEAR. Making it very, very good for them. Now the bonus move speed is going to come out by Mylight, but he's not going to move in. The Centaur going to go in to try and defend him. But without a bottle, I'm not sure how long he can stay in lane. Dartil might even turn around. He might even be able to get the stun off. He's trying to get as many last hits as possible. And Mylight's just trying to hold off this creep wave as much as he can. But yeah, as soon as Rylan comes any sort of distance forward, Wraith King will be able to turn around and stun him, and that'll almost certainly be that will certainly be the kill. But alas, it doesn't happen thanks to Rylan's extraordinarily safe play and there being no global presence by SEAR, except for maybe the Slark once he hits level 6, which he already has, and I think the Slark should be either pushing or roaming around, probably both. Regen's going to go to Hungry. He looks like he's going to need it. He does take it. And he does have one level of Gush now, which is pretty much all he needs, in my opinion. One level of Gush means that he's able to get his full Anchor Smash, then get his Ravage, which I'm surprised that he didn't get at level 6. But either way, he's able to get his Ravage, and then he's able to max out this Gush. But to the 40% slow does stick around for 4 seconds at all levels, and you can see him getting trying to get a bunch of last hits there. Even though he is taking a lot of harass, he's doing reasonably well there on the last hits charts, actually coming second and being very, very close to X4. Even though he's an off lane, so there's very good off laning by Hungry here. There's been a jump in. Shupa's going to try and go for JJH, but he's missed his pounce, which means that it's not going to make a difference. So they should really just push this tower. And it looks like SEAR are putting the pressure that BoysBoys is famous for. They might even turn this right around. Turn this whole game around. And you can see a lot of pressure coming into this top tower, and now the creeps are coming in here. They want to move past this wave. Oh, they've gone into JJH! They've actually gotten the pounce. The stun is going to come in. Good timing by everyone. And now the pounces, they're going to be able to push these creeps down. So it's 5-1 for SEAR. They're putting a lot of pressure here. And we know how good SEAR can be in the late game. It looks like they're going to be able to get the first tower. MyLight almost getting Rylan. One more right click. Rylan does get MyLight. It's 1-6. MyLight's going to have to move away, but oh no, that ultimate from Elks is going to come out, the impetus. And they make a trade 1-for-1 there. So that also going in favour of SEAR, especially seeing as they got the tower and now they're able to continue pushing. So this is the aggression that BoysBoys are so famous for, not coming out of BoysBoys, it's coming out of the Southeast Asian rejects. Good on them for turning around this game too. Let's take a quick look at the graphs here. While we see them, we see that it is SEAR. We can see how efficient the BoysBoys farming is, even though the kills have gone towards SEAR, even in the early game, the farming efficiency is still towards BoysBoys, but they did bring it. SEAR have brought it around in terms of the gold, have gone around for the gold graph as well. Hungry is just going to run in there, and he's going to cast his ult! He's going to go into Video James, he's going to be able to get the kill! He's going to turn around on the X4, he's going to deal a lot of damage. Huge play by Hungry there, getting his ultimate, already having his ultimate, and being able to get the kill. Oh, on Video James. Oh, and in the middle, boys, that mid Shadow Shaman going down, probably to the really low health Dartil, who's coming back. Who's here? They're tied under Razor. Razor taking out Shadow Shaman, probably with the help of that Skeleton King.
Middle tower is under attack.
Wards having to be used defensively means that they don't have it for when they want to push a tower. This is not a particularly good thing. Shupa wants to go in. He wants to go into JJH, but he knows he doesn't have a stun. So he's going to be able to just TP out of there. Now I reckon Shupa should have continued right-clicking that bear, purely because he couldn't have been TP'd in. Mid tower almost going down. Shupa wanting to be very, very careful with how he jumps here. He's just waiting for the right moment to jump in, but no, he's just going to deny this tower. And the question is Elks going to turn it around? Is he going to be able to get a kill with this creep? Oh, good deny there by Shupa. Is he going to jump onto Elks? He is going to get Elks. He's going to try to right-click him down. And he's going to take the stats as well, but the healing's going to come out. The question is, will he be able to cast his Dark Pact? He's not going to be able to get the kill, and he should just back off. Which he does do, which means that he'll be heading back to base very, very shortly. Lycan going down in the bottom lane as well. Lycan going down to Hungry? Lycan going down to Witch Doctor. Ah, that Witch Doctor. Probably with the help of Hungry there, but not using his ult. So a lot happening in this game. SEAR really bringing it back in game 2 and putting the pressure on BoysBoys, and we can see that in the gold graph. It's not exactly huge, as well as in the experience. Sorry, we can see that in the experience graph as well as in the gold graph, which isn't incredibly huge, but definitely is something. BoysBoys farming will be able to bring the game back, and you can see that because BoysBoys are just more efficient with how they farm, which means that SEAR will have to continue putting on the pressure. They'll just have to continue roaming around, trying to get kills. So dealing damage onto the bear there, and trying to get some last hits here as well. And now the wolves have come in, and the wolves have a very low invisibility cooldown, so they want to push down this top tower. And we can see that this Razor is coming around the back here, but he has dragged the creeps with him, and he is able to cast before he gets chicken. X4 has come in, and he's going to try and go for someone. Shupa should turn around, and is he going to turn around and try and jump on this? No, he isn't. Hungry does have his ult, so he has to be really careful with how they're doing this with his ult. X4 does take the cask. Couple of hits from the cast coming out there, and now they're trying to move this around. They're trying to go onto the bear. Huge blink in already by Tidehunter. He's trying to go for JJH, who is able to switch it around. No, JJH does end up going down. Skeleton King going down as well, but he just slows everyone around. He's still in the wards, though. He's able to right-click the wards. He's still able to have a fight in here. He's stuck in the wards. Very good ward trap by Dartil. He is going to go down. SAR getting a few kills. MyLight going down as well, but ultimately that fight going to SEAR, and now they're just going to push this tower. They're going to go in, they're going to find X4. My Light's coming so close to finding X4. Blink in, they're able to get that, and now they're going to turn this around and go for the tower, get the right clicks on the tower. Brilliant play by SEAR, making it 6-14. Sorry, 14-6 SEAR, and turning the game around on BoysBoys. BoysBoys losing? It's not like this happens very often. You might say, oh, big kill on the Wraith King, but no, Wraith King isn't playing a carry this game. He is definitely playing a support. And the fact that he's playing a support means that he can afford to get ward trapped there. I mean, of course, it's better that he wasn't. But better him than, say, Razor or Slark. Or even Tidehunter. Tidehunter just had a massive effect in that party there, and you can see by the kills, deaths, assists that, wow, actually Tidehunter not having as much of an effect as I thought. That Razor making very good plays as well as the Slark. Coming up top on there. Let's switch that to net worth and see what the net worth chart says. It says top 3 are going to SEAR, so ultimately the net worth should be going in favour of SEAR. Yes, and we can see that in the experience graphs down at 4,000 and well over 5,000 for the gold graphs. But we can see BoysBoys extremely good farming, still taking with that tiny little lip there. You see that lip, it means that BoysBoys can bring it back. It is possible. X4 jumping in, getting the kill on the Skeleton King there, who good kill, good pressure coming in, and Shupa trying to get kills there. The question is, are they going to go for the for Shupa as well? And Shupa has been stunned up, and of course he's going to be locked down. And this is a huge, huge kill. 415 gold going to Ryland, but they do get a kill on the Video James, the really low net worth Video James. Yeah, so trade-off still better for BoysBoys, but SEAR able to make something happen in the meantime. Tidehunter has actually been trapped in the wards, and he's going to go down as well. So this is 2 huge kills. Dartil's not in a good position. The TPs have come out. Mylight's tried to go in. He needs to right-click. He's going to go for Ryland. He's going to try and deal as much damage to that Ryland as he can, but he sees the bear coming as well, and he knows of the damage that the bear can do. So he's just going to have to back off. But he could have gotten the kill on Ryland, and you're going to see Ryland's coming so close to dead. He does happen to get the kill on Ryland. And now the ultimate by Bulbasaur is going to come out. X4 is going to go down. JJH is then going to be switched up. Will he be able to reach JJH? No, he shouldn't have chased. He's, Video James going to get the kill, but he's going to be able to deal the damage beforehand, and Bulbasaur just having to back off, but Shupa's really close. Shupa is on the tail, and he wants to get a kill. He wants to get a revenge kill, and he sees Video James, and he knows that he can kill Video James. He tries to go for JJH, but he doesn't get the kill, and he turns around, and the casket comes out, which means JJH is going to go down. 18-11 in favour of SEAR, and now the jump in coming in to try and look for the Rubik, and he is going to go after the Rubik. He's going to try and get the speed, try and get the damage. He's got the jump on him. That's 3 going down. Ryland tries to turn it around. He wants to get him. He locks him in, but it's not going to do much. Shupa's just going to be able to back out away from there. Wow, huge plays coming in by SEAR. Let's take a quick look at the graphs again. It actually jumped all the way back up to BoysBoys on those kills of opportunity, and then came right back down. And you can see the difference in the gold. The gold has just sort of plateaued purely because of this sprees that SEAR was on. So that's the bonus of the comeback. That's why it is so possible to come back from a game. Dartil taking a lot of harass from these wolves that are now dealing a lot of damage. And now Mylight going for X4, but he's able to turn this around, but they won't be able to get the kill. Will the ultimate be used to try and get rid of X4? No, it won't be. They'll just push him right out. I half think that I would have liked to have seen that Ravage used, but I'm not in the competitive, I'm not in a competition, so I think SEAR know what they're doing, and they're putting a lot of pressure on BoysBoys in Game 2 and really making them, giving them a run for their money. In the mid lane, Shupa going in for Video James here, getting the kill. And now they want to go in for Mylight for that Razor. That Razor taking a lot of damage, but popping his mech, able to pop his mech. Hungry coming in very close Two dying. MyLight's going to have to be very, very careful with how he plays. The ultimate's going to come out. It's going to grab 3 heroes. It's going to make a huge difference on one. Rylan goes down. He's dead. Hungry's very, very close to dead, but he can't go back to base. He's got to be very careful with how he moves. Shupa dealing the damage as well, but it looks like SEAR are going to say, we got our kills. Now we're just going to back off. Dartil is probably going to have to turn around and make a fight happen. Either that, or he's just going to have to try and lead the enemy team away in a different direction, and he has gone for the Roshan pit, and there's the Aegis coming out, and he's going to try and get Roshan to hit him, but Roshan isn't targeting him. And Lycan does end up killing that Wraith King, but it doesn't make much of a difference. The question is, are they now going to go for this Roshan? Yes, they are going to go for this Roshan. So Bulbasaur, they're going to have to go in really, really quickly. They're going to have to go in very quickly. Bulbasaur not in a good position. He's going to have to cast his cask. He's not able to cast his cask, which means that BoysBoys are going to get this Roshan, and they might even be able to turn it around with this Roshan. Shupa's going to come in. He's going to try and steal the Roshan there. Hungry's jumped in. MyLight's very, very close to death. He's popped his mech as well. Hungry's not in a good position again. He's trying to deal damage. Shupa's just going to have to jump out of there, and he is going to be able to leap out of there. Oh, MyLight playing it very, very closely. Dartil's come in. He's right-click onto Rylan. He's gotten Rylan. They're able to move. They've almost killed a bear. They're going to go now for Elks. They're going to get the kill, and that's 4 down, and then they turn it around. They get Roshan. Huge team fight by SEAR, turning this game around. BoysBoys, when you think they've got a chance, BoysBoys put a little bit of pressure. SEAR do something about it. Amazing play by SEAR, going back down to 5,000 in the XP, and the gold staying relatively close, but hey, that's going to make a huge difference, and now they want to push these lanes. Now they want to push all of these lanes. They don't have the split push power that BoysBoys have, but BoysBoys aren't using their pushing power. I mean, sure, the tier 1 towers are down, but by this game, by this time last game, the tier 2 towers were down, and that's just not what's happening. And SEAR have much stronger late game potential. Razor being picked out by MyLight, but him pausing just in time means that he might not actually die to these wards. He's still got his magic stick, which he will have to cast. No, he just uses Drum of Endurance, and he's able to get out of there. And that's another wasted wards. Meanwhile, in the midfield, they want to push down this tower. Shupa's doing a lot of damage to try and deal to this tower, so he's turned it around. Huge blink in by Hungry. He's gone in for Video James. He's able to get the kill. Shupa wants to jump in. Oh, very good juking by JJH, if indeed that was joking. Either way, they've gone for the middle tower, and they might even be able to get the middle tower, even though the creeps have been pushed out. Elks is trying to control it. The Spirit Bears come in. He's trying to deal damage as well. Radiant Structures are fortified. Bulbasaur picks up the ult. The ult goes down to JJH, but the bear is enough to actually get the stun on Bulbasaur. One more right click by Elks will do it. No, the damage is not coming out. Although it was coming very close. Very good defense by BoysBoys to save this Radiant middle tower, the only tier 3 tower standing on either side. Hungry once again using his Ravage to full effect, but not getting any bonus in that team fight. Now BoysBoys are moving right up, and Hungry does have to play it safe because of the huge damage coming out from Impetus. And he uses his abilities to get the last hit there. BoysBoys want to make something happen. They want to push down this mid tower. They've got Lycan. Lycan's Shapeshift on cooldown for another 10 seconds. Razor has also had a lot of pressure put onto him, and now the slow comes out, but Razor doesn't need to cast his ult for there. He just needs to be really, really careful. Plasma Field being stolen by Rubik, which is fair enough. A lot of damage being stolen here, but there's not going to be a blink in. A little bit of damage come out. Whose communication will be best? And this is what BoysBoys is good at doing. BoysBoys is very good at baiting. But SEAR, they're not going to fall for it. They're not going to fall for the trap. They're just going to go back to the tower and try to fight it out. Hungry taking a lot of damage though from that Impetus. Impetus really dealing a lot of damage. And oh, huge cast coming out by Video James. No, sorry, by Bulbasaur to get 3 heroes there, but you can see very good defense coming in from BoysBoys. The question is, will they be able to push down this tower? The answer almost certainly no. But they will try to push down this tower, and you can see it coming out there. MyLight wants to go in, but he's been slow down. Bulbasaur will come in, and now a jump in onto Ryland. They're trying to put a lot of pressure onto Ryland, but Shupa is taking a lot of damage. Bulbasaur with the ultimate. It does something, but not very much. They're able to pick off the Shadow Shaman. And now Shupa trying desperately to run away. Oh, so low health, but not going down. And now the mechanism coming out. They've turned this around. They want to go into JJH. The Ravage is there. Is he going to cast the Ravage? He should cast the Ravage. He's so close to casting the Ravage. Shupa's going to come in. He's going to be able to take out Video James. Now they're going to turn it around. JJH going down. The Ravage not being used. They'll be able to turn this around and definitely push and kill this mid tower. Shupa's going to go onto these creeps here, and he's going to kill them while the Dire creeps are still taking their time. That tower does end up going down. Did it get denied? No, Shadow Shaman. The Shadow Shaman wards did end up getting that tower, but now that's going to be a tower trade, and it looks like that SEAR might even want to push even further to put up the aggression, but no, without the Witch Doctor ultimate, it doesn't look like they want to, nor, well, they do have the Tidehunter ultimate. And now they've signaled that Elks is on his own, and we can see Shupa here. Shupa's walking around here, and he wants to try and find Elks, and he should come down this way. Down this way. Try and find it. Oh, you found it! And there's going to be a jump on Elks, and Elks is going to try to heal, but the stun is going to come out from the Wraith King, who does get a crit on the only hit that he can make. He gets a crit on the only hit that he can make, which is really, really strong. Makes a big difference, and they are able to get that pick off for 30 to 14 by the Southeast Asian Rejects, beating arguably the best team that Canberra has seen. Boys, this is a huge game.
Double damage.
And now they just want to wait for the creep wave to arrive, which could actually take 20 seconds. Not to mention the Shadow Shaman Serpent wards are up. Having said that, Hungry's ultimate is up, Reincarnation is up, as well as the Death ward is also up, so now they want to push this tower. Hungry's just waiting for a good opportunity to blink in. They're just going to continue trying to put pressure onto this tower, while the Bear does bring this creep wave back, but it is just being tanked by the heroes here. And now BoysBoys get a little bit of a taste of their own medicine. Taking the second tier to the third tier 2 tower. Sorry, I take that back. Meanwhile, in top lane, Shupa goes in. Lycan gets the destruction on the tower, but Shupa's not able to jump in on him. But all of the TP's coming out. Now they want to push this tower as well. This is the great thing about the split pushing from BoysBoys. This is the pressure that they put in the entire game. Jump in by Shupa to try and find that Lycan. The question is, will anybody be able to find him? And it doesn't look like it. It looks like Lycan is just going to go into the jungle and farm it. Farm the enemy jungle. Video James taking a lot of damage already, half health by MyLight, and MyLight's going to deal the damage. And of course, oh, using that ability means that he does get slowed. Elks is going to turn this around. The mechanism is going to be cast. And Chicken coming out. It doesn't matter though, because the static link actually still happens. The rest of the team is here. X4 got no mana, so he's able to cast his ult. And there's the huge ultimate by Hungry. He's already gotten the kill. Now they've gone for X4. X4 is going to go down. Video James really, really low, but he's able to get out of there. Now they're pushing the mid tower. Very good communication by SEAR, and BoysBoys really do get a taste of their own medicine.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Now pushing into this mid lane, putting a lot of pressure on the first tier 3 tower that we've seen actually some pressure on. If we take a look on here, no, I take that back. Looks like there is a very good split pushing happening by JJH. The entire team is here, and they'll be able to farm these Serpent wards as well. But they're going to try and go for the barracks here. Dire's bottom tower is actually taking a lot of damage, so they will have to send someone back. The question is, who will they actually send back? Who has a TP? Nobody's actually realizing that this tower is falling, and JJH is actually trading them for the towers. Oh, Hungry getting a kill on Video James, moving in there. MyLight's trying to go in. He's trying to deal the damage, but there's a lot of damage coming onto him. X4 being stunned up consecutively. Hungry doesn't have anything. They just need to back off. MyLight's going to back off now. Dartil's going to back off. Hungry does actually go down, and the barracks deal going down as well. Shupa does TP in though.
Radiant's top tower is
Double
under
kill
attack.
going in favour of X4, and Bulbasaur is just going to TP in there. Not a big change for BoysBoys, not a big fight for BoysBoys, but either way, any kills that you can get, especially at this late stage of the game, definitely does make a difference. And now they have a lane of racks. They have a lane of racks, while these racks certainly stand. And because it is the ranged barracks, since the last patch, actually a couple of patches ago, the melee barracks actually has a very fast regen rate, while the ranged barracks does not have a regen rate. But you can see the difference in the health there. Fast regen, high health, no regen, low health. So he's gone for the barracks that's always going to take the damage there. Because he knew he probably couldn't finish a barracks before there was a TP, and he wants the barracks to be on half health for the next time that they push that lane. Mylight coming in on the bottom here, being closely followed by Bulbasaur, but not Shupa. The question is, do they want to push this? Is this a lack of communication? Hungry has his Ravage in a couple of seconds, and he's going to try and put pressure on Rylan. But alas, no pressure is going to be put on him. And in the bottom lane, they've gone in for Mylight. TP's coming in. Rylan already popped his BKB. He's cast his wards. The Serpent ward's coming out. Mylight able to pop his... Oh, wow! And Shupa getting godlike and being able to get out of there. Now, are they going to turn this around? 4x4. No, Shupa's just going to pounce away. And Mylight is going to steal all of his damage, and the ultimate's going to come out. But a good blink in by Rylan to now go for Bulbasaur. Mylight wants to turn this around. Couple of right clicks on Rylan. Won't make a difference, actually. Mylight going very, very low, but not actually dying. Good save there by Bulbasaur, and they're able to turn this around. JJ8 Shupa coming very, very low. He's the one that cannot die. He does die. The godlike streak goes to Enchantress, 1,237 gold, but there's the blink in by Hungry. Hungry's able to turn this around. Mylight's able to turn this around as well, but he can't. He just can't afford to. Dartel out of mana now. He's not even able to switch for mana. So it looks like SEAR are just going to have to back off, and both teams call it a truce, but ultimately going better for SEAR. No, actually, no, I take that back. BoysBoys, that huge kill on the godlike Slark means that, yeah, that 1,237 gold going towards Enchantress means that she'll be able to finish up her mech, and it looks like she's finished her Aghanim Scepter as well, so that's able to help her finish up her Aghanims. While all of the lanes are pushed, they're trying to push out these lanes, and you can see Video James is like, no, there's a bunch of mega creeps, and he just can't kill him. He's trying to put as much pressure in this lane as he can, but you can see how much damage he's taking. He's already half health just from those few little creeps, and there's another bunch of them arriving as well. So this is the beauty of mega creeps, and Dartel just in the top lane trying to farm these normal creeps. Oh, Rylan and X4 taking a smoke from the courier. I'm wondering if that was a misclick. And Mylight being in position. Are they going to go in for Mylight? No, it doesn't look like they are. Or maybe, of course, if the wards are up, which they are, maybe they wanted to go for this Roshan, and they don't even know, but the Howl there is going to make a difference. And of course Bulbasaur casts his ult there, and Hungry goes in, and he tries to deal some damage, but he's immediately stopped by Rylan. But Rylan might get stunned here. Shupa, huge jump in to grab the Rylan. Oh my goodness, this Slark is making these happen, and now they're able to clear up these Serpent wards, and they might even be able to take Roshan. SEAR bringing out all of the big plays. That Slark, he definitely did what he was supposed to do, which was to put pressure during the entire game. The question is, Centaur trying to run in at just the right time to kill the Roshan. And Slark gets that immortality, and he must be happy with that immortality. Half moving to the bottom lane, half moving to the mid lane. Looks like a bit of miscommunication here coming out from SEAR, but what's that, a refresher orb from Razor? That is confusing. I have never seen that before. I will be perfectly honest. I have never seen... Is that a refresher orb? Okay. A refresher orb on Razor. Wow. Wow, a refresher orb on Razor. I don't even know what to say to that. Okay, so Razor's now got a refresher orb. And in top lane, Blinken by Hungry to try and look for the Lycan, but alas, nothing happens. And Shupa just backing out. He doesn't want to die, even though he does have that Aegis. He doesn't want to be out of position, and it looks like he is going to take that. Oh no, Mylite being picked out, and now he's going to go for Rylan, and he's going to be able to get the kill on Rylan with a mech being popped. It doesn't matter. Shupa's going to be able to move in, and Shupa trying to jump in there as well. But the slow is coming in. Huge amount of slow, and Shupa's going to be able to jump in, and the pounce is coming in soon, and that's it. Double kill onto Shupa, and now they're going to be able to push this lane, while mid lane also being pushed. Rotation is going to be down by everyone. X4 is going to split push the top lane and make a difference. I think this game has gone to SEAR. Let's take a quick look at the graphs before this tower goes down. 20,000 in experience. Let's take a look at the gold. 10,000 in terms of gold. So it's still anybody's game. But it's almost certainly huge blink in to grab 3 people, jump in from Shupa. They're going to target X4. That's the right target. The other hero is going to go down. Elk's going to be very, very close to dying. One more right click probably is going to make the difference. But no, Mylite gets trapped by the bear. He's going to have to back out of there. Well, Elks attacks him. Now they're going to go for the barracks. A lot of damage trying to come in on the barracks here, but it looks like nobody else is up. Second lane of barracks is going to go down. Now X4, after having bought back, he's going to be jumped and targeted again, and he's going to be able to get the kill. Mega kill coming out by Shupa already. Now he's able to go for JJH. That Eye of Skadi doing a huge amount of work on that Slark. That Eye of Skadi definitely playing a big difference, and Hungry is very, very close to dead. Blinken, Rylan coming in, trying to get the kill on Hungry, but huge save by Bulbasaur. Monster kill for Mylite. They're still trying to put pressure, but look at Shupa doing a great job just making those pickoffs, and now he's able to get these Serpent Wards as well. Just right-click off these Serpent Wards, while Tidehunter is just slowly regened by Bulbasaur here, and this is definitely GG, and we can see the huge amount of damage that SEAR has put onto BoysBoys here. BoysBoys still not giving up. Elks is just in the wrong position, and that has to be the GG call. GG coming in by BoysBoys. Amazingly well played by SEAR. We're going to see this go to a third game. Lower brackets. Lower bracket grand finals, we see some amazing plays coming out by the Southeast Asian reject on the brink of defeat. They were thrown into the bottom. They were thrown into the bottom bracket early on by BoysBoys, and it looks like they've taken a few of BoysBoys' techniques and they're really turning it around them by putting in a lot of pressure and really snowballing with those typical snowballs heroes. I'm talking about the Slark, I'm talking about the Razor. These are very typical snowball heroes, and you can see by their kills and their items just the effect that they had. Guys, we're going to go to a game 3. I'll be back in 10 minutes probably, have a little bit of a break for our players, and I will see you guys shortly.